Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to your new Jackrabbit Illustrated B-Team spin-off show.
Scared money don't make money.
That's right, folks. Scared money don't make money. The spin-off show from the B-Team with Ben and Brendan making their picks against the spread just like old times, with the addition of Alex Kenkel and his computer model that is featured weekly on JackrabbitIllustrated.com. As usual, the B-Team and all Jackrabbit Illustrated podcasts are live on the Jackrabbit Illustrated Facebook and Twitter pages, along with being live on the FCS Fans Nation YouTube channel. Also, if you don't catch us live, be sure to tune in on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or any major podcast outlet in between. As always, the B-Team is brought to you by our title sponsor, Kubota Dealers of South Dakota. If you need a tractor, utility vehicle, construction equipment, zero-turn motors, parts, service, and more, there's always a Kubota dealer near you with 8 locations across the great state of South Dakota. Stop in today and get yourself into some orange equipment. And we would also like to thank our segment sponsor, Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill in downtown Brookings. If the Jacks are out of town and you need a place to watch them, head on down, get some Chislick cheese curds, beer, and burgers. And now, without further ado, scared money don't make money. What is up, B-Team Mafia, Jackrabbit Illustrated fans? Welcome back. We are back in the saddle again. Ben and Alex, of course. Alex is off a wassailing for vacation and has joined us anyways. So, yeah.
New guy. Got to earn my keep.
We told him so many times he didn't have to do this. Just so
dedicated.
He's a dedicated man. I love it.
If it wasn't going to work out, we could have played it off. I got suspended for my F-bomb last week. But...
I've never been suspended for one, so you'll be all right.
Jim, the over-under on Joe and Sean saying they got sick in South Dakota, highly likely, I'm sure. And Sean kind of get a little sick, but he claims he didn't puke. But
it probably would have been best for him if he did, but
yeah, they were so late. Not to get off topic, because I'm Team Ben 30 minutes tonight, which I'm not doing a good job starting off. But they were so late and so hungover Saturday that when I went and I stopped by book club, said hi to you guys and Chad and everyone else, and they weren't even there yet, and that was well after the parade was over. So
yeah, I figured it was going to be a struggle for them. They were not going to get there right away. I knew that was happening.
Yeah. Fun whole day weekend, though. We recap that on Monday night. Let's get into the picks for this week.
Where do we sit on our picks?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking, Brendan.
I think it's a good
question. I went 3-4-1 this week. Brendan, or no, that's not right.
No,
that's last week.
No, you did not. We both went like 2-5.
Unfortunately, that's last week. I went 2-5. Brendan went 2-5. The model went 3-4. So I am 24-32-2, which is starting to get pretty bad.
Ooh.
You are 27-29-2, and the model is 26-21-2. Model's still whooping us. We'll see if we can make up some ground here. It's tough though, because the model it seems to not make a whole lot of mistakes. Corey says Ariel, Brendan's wife, should be on the show picking against us. You know, maybe. Maybe. Dan said on their pod they claim the shots that they were given in South Dakota were made up. Joe and Sean.
Okay.
I can confirm they're not.
That. I was going to say I addressed that, and we can do a consensus here of Cement Mixer, Prairie Fire, Chuck Norris. Everybody's heard of those out here.
Classic.
Yeah, and even that isn't that what riding the rail at Rays is anyhow?
No. We offered that option to them, and they turned it down. I can't imagine why.
That's a 21-year-old birthday thing. I did that on my 21st birthday, and what that is you get a pour of every rail liquor.
I know what it is.
And yeah, it's bad.
Well, for the folks who are not SDSU fans listening,
fair enough.
That is. And they give you that in a trash can. It was hilarious. Quick side story. I had jokingly brought up the cement mixer, and they opted for the Prairie Fire to be their nasty
Bad call.
initiation shot.
Bad call.
And right, so that's out of my mind. I'm bullshitting with a buddy, and Joe and Sean are next to me here sitting down. And Tommy comes up with 2 shots and sets him down. And I went, oh no, just cut all talk. Take that right now. Take that right now. Take it right now. Right now. And I'm screaming at them. And they're like, what's in it? What's in the shot? I'm like, you need to shut your mouth and take this shot, or it's going to be awful. And Joe almost puked immediately. Like it touched his lips.
Yeah, the good old cement mixer.
Sean
Yeah,
took it away, man.
You gotta take it down quick. Anyway, to our picks. Unfortunately, I did not inform Alex of the non-conference picks that we're doing, but there are 2 really good good non-conference games.
Find it quick.
If you want to, it's fine. If you don't, the first one's Furman, Western Carolina. The second one's Montana State, Sac State.
Who's home in those?
Western Carolina and Sac State.
Okay.
So, number 5. Okay, don't start with those. Got it. We'll start with some of these bad Valley matchups.
Yeah, we'll start with Furman and Western Carolina.
Right.
No, he said.
He knows what I said.
Oh, he didn't want. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
These bad.
Ready.
There are like a few bad Valley matchups that we'll get out of the way. We've got number 4 USD, which is just weird to say that number in front of USD, but they've earned it thus far. They had another good win against Youngstown State at home. So they go to Indiana State this week, and the spread is 24.5. Obviously, USD is favored by 24.5.
Indiana State.
USD is favored by 24.5.
Give me Indiana State.
Oh, I thought you were correcting me.
No, give me. I want that right now. Like that right. I don't give a damn what the computer says. Indiana. They've got all the rumors that have been circulating this week. Like,
oh my gosh,
said
don't
they
start.
heard that from their parents. It's circling through their locker room. They should win, but just South Dakota is not going to win by 24 points.
Hey, Dallas.
That's a spicy meat the ball to me right there.
And Dallas the model would have. Oh, am I not going?
No, you go ahead.
No, you don't count.
Model would agree with you. Model says Ken Yotes by JSD 18-4-4. So that is well under our 20 some odd spread. I agree. USD is good this year, and it feels awful to say that, but I don't think they have it. I don't think they have the offense to blow out a team that bad right now.
No. Wow.
So here's the deal. We didn't think that would happen last week, but Indiana State lost 44-7 against Illinois State. Granted, that was at Illinois State, and this is at home for Indiana State. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to go USD. I think they have some momentum right now. I think I can see them winning by like 27, 28 points.
Awesome. I need a bigger lead on you, so let's.
Well, that's the thing.
Take them all the way.
I've got some ground to make up, so this is either where it goes really good or really bad. Commence makeup ground.
Operation makeup picks
here. So yeah, I'll go Indiana State. The next Bad Valley game we've got is Western Illinois going to number 15 NDSU, which is also weird to say. When is I feel like somebody asked on Twitter today, and I can't remember what it said, but when was the last time NDSU was even outside the top 10? It has to be a very long time.
I know
Alex
the last
trying
one.
To talk,
Alex is struggling. I'm going to go until he's back with us. I know I saw on the Any Given Saturday poll that people are familiar with. We started using when we started the pod way back in the day. You're not good, Alex. You're cutting in and out a little bit. But it was like 100 God, like 180 straight weeks or some ridiculous number that they were in the top 10.
Yeah.
It was over
Kinda
100
crazy.
straight weeks. Oh, we lost Alex. That's
There he goes.
gone. That's a shit. That's not cool.
Yeah,
That's
we've
awful.
got some people chiming in here. Jim says 2011. AGS, it's the final week of 2010. So yeah, 13 effing years since they haven't been in the top 10, which is absurd. It's very weird. But anyway, NDSU is favored by a lot in this one, as they should be. 37 and a half. That's so many points.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take NDSU. I'm gonna eat all those points. Give me a big point sandwich on that one because they are gonna be they almost need to win by that many points.
Yeah. So
because
that
their fan base is
a
losing their
riot,
noodle.
I was to say, so that a riot doesn't break out in
Right.
the Fargo Dome. Alex, are you with us now?
Hi.
Sort of.
It's like we're in 2022 and you just got dial up.
I get
Yeah.
that. Worse, I'm not at my house to blame it on my crappy internet. I also think I got the computer running in the background, so we're done with that now.
Okay, we gotta boot you, Alex.
Sorry, buddy.
Man.
It's tough, man.
Right.
What's a bummer is it worked pretty well when we actually Ben and Alex were both here early, which was surprising. But yeah, it worked. We do have the computer lines, however. He gave us that earlier.
He
And then
did.
we cunningly buried that in our text chat.
I got it. I
just found it.
The computer says NDSU by 37 and a half. So the computer will take NDSU since the line is only it's exactly 37 and a half. It's down to
technically
it's down to the hundreds.
It's over
37.54.
Yeah.
So the computer will still take NDSU by 0.04 points. Dallas says cows by 50, but he'd love to see the riot.
That says Alex needs to log off because his wife is expecting a phone call. Got to clear up them lines when you got the dial up, buddy.
I love it. So Ray's asking us to start paying for Alex's internet.
Yeah.
Have to see if we can get the Podfather to cover that one. All right, I love it.
A lot of Alex is taking a lot of heat right now.
Alex, he's at least able to comment. He says he lives in Brookings. He must. Apparently you got to upgrade, man. It looks like he's somewhat. We'll try it one more time. Alex, welcome back. Again.
Well, I was saying when I was cutting out there, it probably wasn't helping. Maybe that's probably the problem. I was running the computer in the background for those other two games.
Oh yeah, that probably doesn't help.
So that was trying to link to Massey and Sagarin servers. I don't think that was doing good things.
Yeah, I would agree. We'll let that one go. So Brendan, you took NDSU. You're going to eat all the points and take NDSU. Is that correct?
It's going to be a big bowl of points.
Got you.
I heard you guys.
I don't particularly love it.
I don't need to add my 2 cents. I think it's a garbage game.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. I got to take NDSU too. I mean, like you said, they're going to be out to prove a point. I'd be real surprised if Western Illinois shows enough of a pulse in the Fargo Dome with some really fired up Bison. Although I will say, I mean, there's been a lot of talk this week on other podcasts about like, is the dynasty dead? Blah, 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 whatever. I don't know about that, but what I can tell you is there is something wrong with this team. Like, if you watched their demeanor, not even like when they were getting whooped early in that game against UND, just watching the players' reactions, Ance's reaction, like there is something going on there, and it is not good. I feel like it almost feels like it might be some of the expectations that are like that, those 13 years that we're talking about, of like coming crashing down on them. And they're like, oh my God, we're going to be the team that, ends this dynasty run, and there's nothing we can do about it because we're just not that good. So,
well, Kleiman's not there anymore. You can track their whole dynasty. It's an arc of having Chris Kleiman there. And you could see some of the culture changing, even from the outside when he took over. Just some of the things that were done, whatever, is what it is. But I still think they're going to beat Western Illinois like a misbehaving child in the 20s. Like,
yeah,
really take them out behind the woodshed on that one.
Yep. So we're all taking NDSU there. That's boring. And we've got Murray State going to Missouri State, another gross game. Missouri State's favored by 20.5 at home. What?
I just read the comment that I put up. I didn't read it before I put up from Ray.
Oh,
it's so funny.
Starting to question his model. I love it. So, Alex, I think your connection looks great now. What does the model say about Missouri State?
Evidently, I had SolidWorks trying to connect to my work server in the background, so we're batting 1,000 for background processes. That was probably not helping either.
There you go.
Model says Bears by 19.67. So it's going to take Murray State. I don't know. Who did Missouri State play last week? I just finished writing by the numbers today, and I can't remember. That's how bad my memory is anymore. They put a hurt on them, though. Yep. I think Murray's obviously better than Western, but I think Jacob Clark is maybe supposed to be back this week. Maybe I made that up. I hope I didn't. I'll qualify that. Don't trust me. I'm an idiot. But especially if Jacob Clark is back, I think the Bears can eat those points.
So is this at Murray?
Yep. No, Missouri State.
No, it's in Springfield.
It's 19 points?
20.5.
20.5. Oh, I don't like that. God, Murray, every time I've taken Murray, all they've done is hurt me. They've just hurt me all year. I took Indiana State against them down in Murray, and it didn't work neither.
I mean, if you would have picked them last week, they would have helped you cover. But
right, I don't think I've gotten a Murray State game right this year yet. Now that I think about it, so
Possibly.
I'm gonna take the points. I ate so many points in the NDSU game. I'm full of points. Bursting at the seam with points.
So you're taking Missouri State or Murray State?
Yes, I'm going to take Missouri State. I'm changing my mind.
All right, I'm going to take Murray State. I liked how they looked against Southern Illinois. I think that this is a team that's better than we give them credit for. I think they're better than Western Illinois and Indiana State. I'm going to take them to hang on by 20. All right, then we've got Illinois State going to number 20, Youngstown State. Youngstown State is favored by 10 in this one. This is kind of a must-win for Youngstown State. They've dropped a couple games that they probably should have won. They were one-score games. Alex, what does the model say on this one?
Model says Penguins by 6.85. I think 10 is a lot. I think it's a both-win game for both teams. I think both teams are pretty good. I like the Penguins to win. I do not think they do it by 10. I think this is a pretty good game.
Brendan?
I don't know. I was spaced out on everything you said. I was reading comments and listening. and then Alex sort of froze with his hand right in front of his mouth, which is a terrible way to have your frozen picture. So I just couldn't. It was not focused.
So Youngstown State's favored by 10.
Against who?
Illinois State.
Illinois State.
At home?
Youngstown State's at home.
Oh, give me the birds. Give me the dirty birds. The sharply little birds in the ice castle. Give me the sharply dressed birds. Shut up, Alex. I could have got away with it too if it wasn't for you and those damn kids. Nailed it either way. No, I'm gonna take Youngstown State. They seem to have this seesaw effect of playing on the road in a dome, play well, go back on the road. I'm gonna take Youngstown State in this one. I think their defense will do okay against them in Illinois State.
I think I'll take Youngstown State. Well, it's 10 points though. 10 points is tough. I take that back. I'm going to take Illinois State. I think this will be a close game. I think it'll be a good game. They both kind of need to win this game to set themselves up for the playoff push to the end of the season here. And so I think it'll be a really good game. So I'll take Illinois State there. And then we've got number 9, UND, going to UNI. And UND is only favored by 7.5 points in this one. Alex, how does the model say it?
So model only has UND by 3.25. So the model's going to take Panthers. I think UNI's hurt. I think they're beat up after last week, as we all saw. I think the Fighting Hawks ride their high and they freaking roll the Panthers this week.
There's a couple things we know about this whole scenario. Number one, UND plays like trash on the road. Number two, UND just had the biggest win in that program's Division I history. And number three, they've never been in a situation to have to prove they can stay focused after a win like that. And number four, it's getting to be crunch time for Northern Iowa to make the playoffs. So give me the Purple Panthers in the Dome to cover, if not win.
It'll be interesting because UND's been up and down a little bit. UNI has also been up and down. So this one's really hard to pick. It's just, it's hard. You'd think that they would be favored by a little more based on the recent results, but I think this is a reality check line. It's real tough to pick UND by more than a touchdown, but I think I'll do it. I don't like what I see from UNI, and I like what I see from UND. I think it's a good team. I think they're putting it together, and I will take UND by 7.5.
Ariel thinks she's really funny, by the way.
I saw that.
Not
an Illinois State helmet.
This is my mini helmet from my high school football team. We had we 100% ripped off the Arizona Cardinals logo, and you know what? A school of 200 people in northern Wisconsin, they're never gonna know, and it doesn't even exist as a school anymore. Not the Redbirds, funny pants, Ariel.
All right, then for the two, before we pick the SDSU game, we've got the 2 out-of-conference games. Number 5, Furman goes to number 3, Western Carolina. Huge game here. Since I assume, Alex, you don't want to check your model.
It's done.
It'll melt. Oh, it is.
That's why I was melting. It was.
I don't want your computer to melt down. So what does the model say for this one?
What's the line?
Western Carolina by 4.
So model says Western Carolina by 0.2 of a point. So it's going to take Furman.
Holy pickle.
I would agree there. Kevin's not in here, our resident SoCon expert, but I don't think Western Carolina's played a good enough defense. I mean, obviously that team puts up points in spades, but I don't know. I like that Furman defense. I think they slow them down. Give me Furman in this one.
I hate this game. It's going to be points for points all game. I don't see this being low scoring, and I think a field goal is going to win it. So I hate that 4-point spread. So I will take it's Western Carolina by 4 or Furman by 4.
Western Carolina's favored by 4.
I will take Furman because I think it's a 3-point game. I don't know. That's about it. That's all I got. Watch Western Carolina win by 25 now, but
yeah, I think I could see a close game, but I'm going to take Western Carolina here. I think they've got the offensive firepower to pull away in this one late. I'm hoping by a touchdown.
What's the over under on it?
63.5.
Is coming up there.
Give me the over.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Give me the over.
It is a higher line 63 or a higher total 63.5, but I think the over is pretty safe in that one.
So it's thinking 30 to 33. This will be 45 to 48 low end, I think.
Well,
it's going to be 10 to 12.
What was Western Carolina Chattanooga total? Like 103, 104?
They scored 103 points.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The other out-of-conference game we got is number 2, Montana State, going to number 8, Sacramento State, which is another huge game over in the Big Sky. Montana State is favored by 7.5 as road favorites in this one.
Model says Robert Catherine's by 6 flat, so it's going to take Sac State. I think Bobcats cover. I think they'll run Sac State out of the stadium, whether that's with Chambers or Malott or
Did you call them the Robert Catherines?
He did.
Bobcats.
He did.
I don't get the Catherine part, but sort of. All right.
Never met a Catherine named Cat?
No.
I know two.
I don't know many Catherines in general.
Oh, okay.
That's Oh, okay. I like the Robert Catherines. That was going to bother Ron. I'm 100% sure of that. How about Ronbert Catherines?
Ron thinks Montana State's going to win by 28. Well,
I don't think it'll be that much, but it'll be more than 7.
If you're taking bets on that, Ron, I'll bet you on that one.
I don't know. Did you see how Sac State did in the last couple of games?
They look good, but
squeaked by NAU, squeaked by I think Idaho State or Northern Colorado. I'm gonna take
don't you dog
State
on NAU
all the way. The
NAU's good. Just ask a Grizz fan.
I don't associate with bad people, so I can't.
All one Grizz fans just clicked off this.
that one Grizz fan we have that follows us is really angry. No, Kevin's not commenting, so I don't think he's watching. But I think Montana State wins going away. I really do. Watching Sac State, I don't think their offense is dynamic enough to put up a bunch of points on them. Do you think Sac State has a better offense than SDSU does?
No,
negative.
I don't think we played our best game. No.
And I don't think they have nearly the defense to slow down Montana State's offense. So I don't see Sac State scoring more than maybe
20.
And I see Montana State at least scoring 35 in this game. So give me the Bob Kitties, or the Robert Catherines, as some people would say.
I will also take the Montana State Bobcats. I think they win by at least a couple scores. Last game of the night, we've got number 1 SDSU going to number 11 Southern Illinois. As we told Stone, he didn't believe us. If you haven't listened to our podcast from Monday night, check it out. We had Stone Labanowitz on, and he was awesome. He gave us a ton of insight into what he does and SIU stuff. And so, definitely go check that out if you want kind of a more in-depth breakdown of this game. But SDSU, is favored by 14 as a road favorite here. Alex, what does Model say?
Model says Jacks by 13.74. So Model is just barely going to take the dogs with good hair. I will take the Jacks. I think this team is just, as we've seen, they're different. They're going to be out to prove something. They've got a really undersized line, as you wrote about in the preview, Ben. I think we run all over them. I think Isaiah Davis and Amar Johnson have a day.
Dogs with good hair. I would call them the Karen dogs. Like if you, I think if you had an AI computer generate what a Karen dog would be without that bob cut, a Saluki would pop up. The Sock Lukey would pop up. They're the Karen dogs for sure. Give me the Jacks. I think we come out with something to prove. I got a feeling, maybe somebody like Ray or Deb watched that podcast with Stone. They might
hopefully told Mark, so he just
cannot
fired up.
Help himself from putting stuff out there because he gets so fired up.
Oh, and Chad even called him on it.
We're like, dude, I don't know if you want to do this, but it's fine. No,
Chad even called him on it before he went there, and he still did.
Right. This team thrives off of big environments. I think they're hyper focused on this game. So go. Yeah, she did.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, I like the Jacks in this one, which is pretty rare with that big of a point spread. But I got a feeling that we might be seeing some of this. I think they would do this at the press box, the Stone.
Oh,
Have you ever seen a team shit talk the announcer at the game?
We will.
Like point up at the press box and then do this, because that would be probably the
awesome.
funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That would be a lot of fun.
I want to see
I don't
Stone
think
keep
Jimmy
his
will let it
composure during
happen,
the
but-
broadcast. If that happens, I want to see him keep his
See,
composure.
the podcast was so good that Deb listened to it twice. That's how good it was. So everyone should go check it out.
Yeah, Ron Lowney's like our background stats guy at this point, just throwing up points per game, how many we're giving up,
Yeah,
the whole jazz.
that's some good stats there. And that's what? What are
31
you
minutes.
celebrating? Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever. If it wasn't
I
for
didn't help.
Alex's internet, we would have been just fine.
I don't care. Still count. Switch, baby. I got my one over.
Yeah. Did you pick, or were you just rambling?
No, he
the whole
took the
time?
Jacks.
I did. I think
Oh.
I said I'll take the Jacks 3 different times.
Oh,
at
you
least
did? Okay.
twice. Yeah.
All right.
Dan Furman's right. Stone would love it and take it on the chin like a champ. He absolutely would. He's a good dude.
100%. I'll take the Jacks as well. I think we win by 17 to 20 points. I don't think Southern Illinois got the defensive line to stop us, to stop the run game. And I think we'll put enough pressure on Nick Baker to give him some trouble. And yeah, I think it'll be a little uncomfortable for a bit early, but I think we'll take over and we'll win no problem. So Ron Lowney says we're going to win 45-10. I would take that any
He
day.
was right last week.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Predicting another
Ron's-
35-point win here. So
Ronstradamus.
Dan wants Deb on the pod. We do plan on having the mothers
Yes.
I'd like to hear from a segment.
We have been
That
we've
may
been talking about it, but we need to act on it at this
We
point.
do.
We haven't done a good job of acting on it.
maybe that'll start next week.
I've even talked to Deb about it, and she's
She's got-
all about it. And then I just
Dropped the ball.
We haven't done it yet. Yeah.
She's got 2 opportunities. It can be Monday night or Wednesday night.
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that, and we'll see how our picks do this week. Hopefully it's better than last week. No, Ariel, this is the only one that will go over 30 minutes.
It's the gate pod for the
I-
rest of them to go over the 30 minutes. I love the phrase too, the gate pod instead of gateway. I love it.
Nice. As Jim says, and as we always say, go big, go blue,
big, go blue,
go
Go
Jacks.
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 That was amazing.
I should probably end
Alex,
the
you're
stream.
so slow.